you're fine. Just waiting for Jim. All right, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. First, like to open it up for public comment. Any resident or taxpayer that wishes to address the board about title programming or any other concern or interest raised in public session. All right, with that, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have the minutes from the last meeting, instruction including the comprehensive plan, a conference request, a letter of agreement between Sarah Area School District and the Main Link,
Yes.
field trip request, district volunteers, athletics including coaches and volunteers, finance including the transfers, transfer report, bills, we are tabling the bills.
The treasurer's report is on the bottom of page 5, Mr. Petrini just said.
Okay.
Under transfers.
The tax report. An agreement with the Sunstream Corporation for an abatement project at the junior senior high school. And personnel, including employment. Policies, including a first reading, policies. And then a Sarah Area School District Board of Directors resignation. It's the resignation of Miss Jennifer Riley. That's all I have for the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just have one, the Sunstream Corporation, the base bid, that's all it's gonna cost to abate?
Mr. Claypool, you want to address that?
Yeah, that's a cost for 6 rooms here at the high school. So just about 9,000 a room.
That's not that bad, I mean, we were saying on Litchfield it was gonna cost all this much, and yet this doesn't look that bad.
Well, I think it depends on what you're looking at. I mean, 6 rooms, classrooms compared to the
Right.
entire building.
It's still a whole lot less, I'm glad, but I'm just saying, somebody was saying it was so much to do Litchfield, that
Yeah.
And any other discussion? Anything else, Ms. Dyer?
no.
All right. So with that, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so we'll move right to the reports. High school principals report. Mrs. Ely.
Okay, so the junior high scholarship challenge team competed this past Saturday at the theater. And it was actually quite exciting. I was there. They went against Sullivan County and won, and then they beat Athens, and then they finally lost against Tioga, but it was actually a really close game, the third game. I got a report from Ms. Jennings. The whole team did a really great job, and they represented Sayre High School very well. The mobile dentist is at the high school this week for 3 days, providing students with dental services. This program helps families that don't have the time or transportation to get to dental appointments. And it makes it convenient for them, the students, to have dental issues addressed while here at school. The third marking period is ending this Friday, the 24th. And lastly, I just want to address a concern that was raised earlier this month about seniors and opportunities for activities. The senior class activities have looked very similar this year to past years. In the fall, they had homecoming and they had the senior parking spot painting. We did have an after-school time arranged for field painting out on the football field, but the seniors opted to not do it because there were only a very few amount of them that were available that evening. They've had several fundraisers, including dress sales, selling of items, and the Someone Special dance over at the elementary school. I'm sorry, it was held here, but for elementary students. Recently, they had the Winter Ball, which was a huge success. Coming up for the spring, things that are scheduled are a senior recess day just for them, and that's something new this year. The senior field trip, the senior awards ceremony, the senior banquet, their class picture, which is a tradition, the Snyder walkthrough, baccalaureate, and then of course graduation. The senior parent group also has done and continues to do some really great things for the seniors as well. That's all I have.
Mrs. Ely,
Yes.
are they going to be having an all night after the graduation?
Yep, so the senior parent group runs that and plans it all, so yes, they're planning that for this year as well.
Okay, all right.
And if I could add to that, the staff at the entire district today supported with the dress down day to put money. We had an extra dress down day to add money to support the parent group.
Yeah, that's why we're all in jeans today.
I just want to add to the scholarship challenge. I was there as well. All those kids from all those schools did a phenomenal job. It's amazing, 8th graders. And some of those questions left the audience in awe, how hard they were. And, the fact that Sarah beat Athens, they took 2nd overall, but, it was definitely a good day, so. That's all I have on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Elementary school, Mrs. Morrell.
She had a big week last week.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'll start with America 250. On Thursday, March 16th, America 250, which is part of the Keystone Classroom Initiative, came to our K-4 kindergarten through 4th grade classrooms. H. Austin Snyder Elementary School was 6th of 13 anticipated Keystone Classroom Initiative school visits through this school year. The organization is the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's commission that was charged with planning and coordinating all of the programming projects and events around the 250th anniversary of the United States in 2026. America 250 is going to visit 50,000 Pennsylvania students by the time 2026 rolls around. The special authors read K is for Keystone, a Pennsylvania alphabet. Each letter in the book has a history or connection to the state of Pennsylvania. I knew W for Williamsport. Deb, you probably also know that one as well. They also provided a bag which included treats for our students. Readers included Pennsylvania Treasurer Stacey Garrity, Pennsylvania State Representative Tina Pickett, Bradford County Commissioners Doug McClinko and John Sullivan, Bradford County Sheriff Clinton Walters, South Waverly Timothy Hickey, who had the opportunity to visit Mrs. Hannafin's classroom, so we are very excited about that, Sarah Mayor Henry Farley, and the Pennsylvania State Police. So we thank everyone for their visits. We had a great time along with a couple mascots, which the kids just loved, so it was a great success. Also on Thursday, March 16th, our kindergarten students also engaged in a St. Patrick's Day activity. Thank you to the Community Relations Committee for their help with the little shenanigans that occurred in our kindergarten classrooms and hallways. Little mischievous leprechauns left hundreds of stickers all over the floor, but our busy little kindergartners each picked them up to add to their leprechaun board. They had a wonderful time with this event. Finally, we conducted our evacuation drill on Wednesday, April 8th. To say that I was a very proud principal is certainly an understatement. As we left the building, students and teachers were very orderly and quiet. I stood at the top entrance off of Cedar Street and was asked by one of the outside agencies how many staff and students were leaving the building. They were astounded when I said about 550. There was not one sound that could be heard as those students left the building. That couldn't have been done without our staff training the students, speaking with them, and providing expectations for the event. So thank you to everyone, for all the staff at Snyder for their assistance with such a smooth transition for the students during this event. By 9:20, the drill had ended. We began at 9:01, and everyone had been accounted for. and we returned back to Snyder. At the location I was stationed at, there were bleachers. You couldn't even hear the kids walk up those bleachers. That's how quiet and orderly they were. My radio was on, they all worked very well, and you could hear that radio static go through that gym. There was not a sound. They sat by grade, they had it all assembled and arranged by the time I got there, and I heard, as Mr. Claypool was at the other location, that things went just as well. So thank you to the local agencies that helped make our evacuation drill such a success, and also thank you to the parents and guardians. I forgot to give a shout out to them. Not one parent called the school to ask when it would start, when it was ended, or to check on their child that day during the drill. So I was very proud that they let us take over and make sure that their kids were all accounted and taken care of. So thank you again to everybody. We appreciate everyone's efforts with that.
So before you sit down, Mrs. Morel, as she gave out kudos to everybody on staff, from Mr. Claypool to all the support staff, the teachers and all that they did, that would not have occurred without Mrs. Morel at the helm of that building. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Morel.
You're welcome.
PSBA, Mr. Cole?
Uh-oh, here I come. I had to say that.
Yeah, the timer.
Well, give me an extra 15 seconds, because I want to add to Mrs. Morel's America 250. Mrs. Morel, I just wanted to let you know how our local dignitaries, they really appreciated the job that our school district did on that, and I really appreciate that, as well as I got a call from PSBA asking if I would come down, but because of my job requirements and stuff, I wasn't able to be there. But I just wanted to let everybody know that I told them that Dr. Delosio would be there, and the comment I heard back was, you know, there's not too many superintendents that even show up to that particular event, and that's sad. But anyway, PSBA. Okay, Donnie, I'm ready. I just want to let everybody know that April 4th, there's a sectional meeting for improving school safety and security, and then on the 12th, the impact of poverty in the schools, and then April 13th, Hill Talk, and all those begin at 6 p.m. The one on Hill Talk will be at the Montoursville High School. If anybody wants to join me, come on down, and it should be a good event down there as well. But you can sign up as well on my PSBA website, and you can take part if you want to through Zoom. By the way, I do have to make a presentation down there too, Don, so.
You're clear.
Thank you. But anyway, I just want to make quick mention too, then I'm done for PSBA. July 1st, they're going to be launching out what they call their safety initiative for threat assessment and preparedness. I know Mr. Shaw's online, and probably there might be a few other people from Athens and other school districts that might hear this, but be looking at that because they will be doing special trainings. I had a chance to visit the special area. There's like 5,000 square feet where they're going to actually have live trainings inside there for trauma approach situations, and as well as for shootings and you know, just basically a lot of safety measures. So be looking for that. I can probably give you more information on that. The person that is running that is a person by the name of Michael Dietz, D-E-I-T-Z. So, Mr. Quattrini, that's it for PSBA. Now to Northern Tier Career Center, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
49 students are right now in the co-op. 16 students will be going mid-April to Hershey to compete in the Skills USA competition down there. We do have 38 students that will be attending the Northern Tier Career Center coming up in the 23-24 school year. And also I want to give a shout out to Mr. Howell, who is the building and construction teacher down there. He received a Teacher's Apple Award for being an exceptional teacher in the line of vocational education, so I wanted to give that a shout out as well. All right, I'm done.
Thank you
Mr.
very much,
Cole.
Mr. Cole. All right, blast. Report, Mrs. Agnew.
Yeah, the main thing is the STEM competition. The Blast Intermediate Unit 17 is excited to host the annual STEM Design Connects Challenge on March 21st, 2023. 15 teams from 7 of our regional districts, grade bands 4 to 5 and 6 to 8, will be competing at Lycoming College for their chance to advance to the state competition in May. So that's quite a nice event that they have. Otherwise, just basic things, but the biggest thing, I will let Dr. Delogio go over that, is a bridge program that the Sayre School District is engaging in with Blast Intermediate Unit.
Do that in my report, if that's okay with you, sir.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, so that's all.
All right, anything from Satterley Creek?
Open Forest, yeah, we haven't talked about, yeah, Open Forest went over very well. I was not able to attend, unfortunately, and hopefully it is not our last. We have high hopes that we'll be able to still continue that and our other events that we have up there, but it was well attended from my understanding. Mrs. Morrell was there, so it went over very well, as it always has, so our hopes are just high that we'll still be able to continue it. That's all.
Thank you very much. So the only thing I have really is a shout out to all the students 15 years and older that want to be lifeguards. The Waverly Area Aquatic Club is excited to sponsor any 15 to 18-year-old student that wishes, or older actually, that wishes to take a lifeguarding class. The only thing they want is to volunteer 16 hours over the summer to offset the upfront cost. So WAC is actually willing to pay for anybody interested in taking a lifeguard class. That has to be done rather quickly. I know Mrs. Pettit put out emails to all the students here at Sayre. I'll forward the link to Dr. Delogio and Mr. Claypool. Hopefully they can put it on our website to share it with everybody else. Hopefully we get enough lifeguards and we can keep the pool open this summer for Sayre Rec. We haven't had that in a while, so it'd be really great if we can get some interested kiddos out there to do that. That's all I had. Dr. Wolf?
All right. So I'd like to share with the community that the Sayre School District has received a $65,000 grant through the Food and Nutrition Services through PDE for a new dishwasher. And I want to thank Carrie Fry and her team for applying for that monies, and so we're looking forward to that new dishwasher at the high school, which will probably be installed sometime this summer, I imagine. Then I think at our last meeting, it was requested that I look into the conference that I attended in San Antonio. I had the business department look through that information, and so what was approved in January is over by a certain amount, and when I went back through that, I miscalculated 2 nights, and I should have calculated 3 nights while I was going to be there. And additionally, when we looked at some of the information, the hotel did not do the tax exempt for us, so we're pushing back through that as well. So I'll have an updated information as soon as that runs through their business and then back to you. So I'll get that information to you probably at the next meeting, depending on how fast the hotel responds to that information. And Christy Zimmer will be working on that in the business office. The next thing I wanted to share was a shout out to our K-8 ELA teachers. So any K-8 teacher that is teaching our students to read and comprehend for fluency and accuracy, I couldn't be more pleased. So as we talk about all the accolades and the fun, Leprechaun running around making a mess, America 250 coming to our school system, our sports students are doing well, all the activities for seniors that are occurring. I do want to talk about the education of what we do periodically in literacy. So as I see a first grade teacher sitting here in our audience, I'm happy to be able to look at a face and say thank you, thank you. The work that the teachers are doing is paying off. At the beginning of the school year in K-2, 45% of our students came to our system reading on or above grade level. At mid-year, we were at 60%. That growth is immense for our K-2 teachers. In 3rd grade through 6th grade, 57% of our student population came in reading on or above grade level, and today, or at the mid-year mark, it was 75%. This is, for 3rd grade through 6th grade. Our 7th and 8th graders, starting at the beginning of the year, were at 50% on or above, and today, we're at mid-year, they were at 69%. So that kudos goes directly to the educators, K-8, special educators, classroom teachers, Title I support, our support staff that are doing the hard work every day. And so I thank them for that what they're doing, and I truly appreciate it. Yes, Mrs. Morel is clapping back there. She's very excited about that.
And Mrs. Skirpon, we're not done yet, are we? We still have time to make some more gains too. Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Right, and then the 4th thing that's on my list, and then the 5th one, we'll talk about the last piece there. So the 4th piece on my list is to say that next year we will have a community integration classroom. It's actually going to be titled Bridge. So Bridge stands for Build Relationships and Independence, Develop, Grow, Employ. So it is a partnership with our local IU 17, or wants to host a classroom here at the high school setting, to serve special education students from the age of 18 or 17 up to the age of 21. This Bridge program is designed to help our older students connect with others, foster independence, hone in on their interests, and gain valuable work experiences before graduating. This innovative program includes both direct instruction within a classroom and practical work experience at local job sites. In our program located here at the high school, students will have access to life skills instruction, autistic support, academic classes, and electives for part of their school day. Students will spend the remainder of their day engaged in hands-on learning within our community with job coaches. And we're very excited to be able to lift that program off at the beginning of next year. I want to thank Dr. Tejan and her efforts with the IU to make that happen, as well as PDE and making sure they're in our programs and classrooms are approved by the time we're ready to uplift. And Mrs. Ely is also part of that program, as it'll be here in our high school setting, and welcoming new programs to benefit all students, not only here in Sayre, but across our county. That's what I have, Mr. Petrini, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. The last thing we have, with Ms. Riley's resignation, we have to advertise for the appointment of a board member. So she has about 2.5 years left on her seat. So we'll advertise for anybody in the community that's resident or taxpayer or Sayre that's interested in applying for a position on the school board. So we have 30 days to fill the position. So April 3rd is our next meeting. So anybody interested in being appointed to the school board needs to apply in person on the 3rd, from what we're understanding, the way the Sunshine Law is written. So anybody wishes to fill out a letter of interest and apply, be here April 3rd, and we'll have a quick little job interview and appoint the next person.
So if I can just extend on that, so anytime between now and our next meeting, they can send a letter of interest into Tammy Shedden or myself, and I will forward it to the board, so the board may read those letters of interest. And then they would need to plan to be here at our next meeting to be asked questions by the board, and then the board will go into executive session, make a decision, and then make an appointment within 30 days.
Correct.
Yeah, we
Okay.
actually have our second meeting, right?
The second meeting is the 17th, which would be in that
Still
30
within the
days.
third.
Correct. And we
Yeah,
would,
so even if you went to the second meeting, depending on giving enough time for interest.
28, so that gives us day
Yeah.
14 and day 28. So we still have,
So you
and
still
the only
have-
way we can move beyond the 30 days if we don't have applicants or letters of interest that we receive. So I will post on Facebook and push out a message to our local papers so that it's advertised to all of our taxpayers and residents.
Perfect.
Okay.
Can I also add too, I appreciate the job Ms. Riley did here on the board as well. You know, it was about 1.5 years that she was with us, and I appreciate all that she contributed and the fact that, you know, again, to be elected to a position It's a job, it really is, and I appreciate the work that she's done.
Absolutely.
I'm done.
All right.
To adjourn?
For adjournment?
Second?
So I have a motion, and a second for adjournment, all in favor?